HGT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week. America to Agatala. Global news platform. Global politics, diplomacy, economy, education, health, culture, sports, international affairs, global turbulence, news from space, curiosity on aliens, UFO, etc. War and the war effects on global economy. Sensex, share market, global tourism, global technology, artificial intelligence, and next. You are watching HGT Live 24/7 on YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, etc. Fashion, fair, future, and lot more. The world this week. Hello there, welcome to our special edition of News Bulletin The World This Week today on 27th October, Sunday 2024. Let's check out the global news now. US presidential poll updates. US presidential poll 2024 has been the most discussed topic around the world these days. Many experts, celebrities, musicians, business icons, they're leaning towards Vice President Kamala Harris. In the recent time, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are tied with 49% support each among likely voters just days before the US presidential election. According to a new poll, Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are tied with 49% support each among likely voters just days before the US presidential election, according to a new national survey conducted by Emerson College. The latest poll shows a slight change from early October, when Harris had 50% support among likely voters compared with Trump's 48%. The top issue for voters is still the economy at 45%, followed by immigration 14%, and threats to democracy 14%, abortion access 7%, healthcare 6%, and crime 4%. The survey, which was conducted by the phone with around 1,000 likely voters, has a margin of error of plus or minus 3 percentage points. Former US President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle Obama asked all to support Kamala Harris in her presidential campaign. We are warning that women's rights and the healthcare are at risk if Trump wins. She emphasized the importance of taking women's lives seriously and questioned the country's readiness for Harris' leadership. HGT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week. Israel-Iran war continues with a variety of retaliations when Israel pounded Iran with a series of airstrikes early Saturday, saying it was targeting military sites in retaliation for the barrage of ballistic missiles the Islamic Republic fired upon Israel earlier in the month. The attack risks pushing the arch-enemies closer to all-out war at a time of spiraling violence across the Middle East. 26th October, that is Saturday, marked the first time Israel's military has openly attacked Iran, which hasn't faced a sustained barrage of fire from a foreign enemy since its 1980s war with Iraq. Israel's hours-long attack ended just before sunrise in Tehran, with the Israeli military saying it targeted missile manufacturing facilities used to produce the missiles that Iran fired at the state of Israel over the last year. It also said it had surface-to-air missile sites and additional Iranian aerial capabilities. Initially, nuclear facilities and oil installations all had been seen as possible targets for Israel's response to Iran's 1st October attack. But in mid-October, the Biden administration warned assurances from Israel that it would not hit such targets, which would be a more severe escalation. The United States warned against further retaliation, indicating that the overnight strikes should end the direct exchange of fire between Israel and Iran. Israel's military said explosions have been heard over northern Israel following its activity in southern Lebanon, but there's no indication of a security incident. As explosions sounded, people in Tehran could see what appeared to be tracer fire light up the sky. Other footage showed what appeared to be surface-to-air missiles being launched.
HGT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week.
The 16th edition of the BRICS Summit held from the 22nd of October to 24th October in Kazan, Russia, brought together leaders from various nations, including prominent figures like Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, and Narendra Modi. This summit marked the first gathering after the expansion of the group to include new members, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates, alongside the original 5 members, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The first BRICS summit was held in 2009, and following South Africa's inclusion, the first BRICS summit took place in 2011. Each year, leaders from the member states gather to discuss various issues including economic cooperation and political alignment among emerging economies. After years of prolonged tension between Asia's 2 largest economies, and India and China have reached a landmark agreement to end their military standoff in the region of Ladakh. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping held a significant bilateral discussion during the 16th BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia, marking the first formal meeting between the 2 leaders in 5 years. The meeting, which lasted 50 minutes, focused on de-escalating tensions along the line of actual control, that is, lack the disputed boundary between the 2 nations.
HGT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week.
In time of elections across the world, especially in US, Japan, India too faces the wave of another significant assembly poll in Maharashtra, where BJP has released second list of the 22 candidates on Saturday. Released its list for the Maharashtra assembly polls. With this, the party has so far announced candidates for 121 assembly seats in the state. The party has fielded Ram Barane from the Dhule rural seat, and Chainsuk Mandlal and Sanchiti from the Malkipur seat, Prakash Gunvantaro, Vashrakle from Akot, and Vijay Kamala Kishore Agarwal from Akola West. In the meantime, Congress on Saturday released its second list of 23 candidates for the November 10 assembly elections in Maharashtra. The list came after the party's Central Election Committee, the CEC, met and discussed the names of the candidates for the polls. The Congress declared 48 candidates in its first list. With this list, the Congress has now announced total 71 candidates.
HGT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week.
Effect of Cyclone Dana, 2 more deaths reported in West Bengal, totals rises to 4. 2 more people died in West Bengal due to Cyclone Dana, taking the toll to 4, officials said on Saturday. A civic volunteer identified as Chandan Das, age 31, died on the spot when he allegedly touched a live wire in Purba Bardhaman district. The incident happened when he was out with a police team. They said an employee of the Howrah Municipal Corporation was found dead in a waterlogged road in Tantipara. It was suspected that he died due to drowning, they said.
HGT Live 24/7 presents The World This Week.
Now, news from Sports Desk. India have lost its test series at home after 12 years, as New Zealand have spent history queen in 7 decades. New Zealand have equated history. It's taken them 7 decades, but the Black Caps finally have a series win in India. And it's in an emphatic manner, with a dominant show for the 2nd consecutive week. India's 12-year-long unbeaten series record at home has been broken. The World Test Championship final sport is in jeopardy, and they have lots of questions to ponder over before heading to Mumbai for the Diwali test. New Zealand were right on top from the beginning of the series, and having won their first test in Bengaluru after 36 years, the Kiwis thrashed India in the second test by 113 runs in Pune on Saturday. That's all for the timing, and thank you all for being with me, and keep watching AG Live 24/7 on YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And I wish you a great weekend. Signing off. Bye for now.